Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Kaylana, the bus driver here. I'm on the road. I gotta go take care of some things today. However, I actually want to share something with y'all that happened to me this morning. And I'm gonna be real and I'm gonna be very transparent. And and because of my faith in God, I have to be honest with y'all and just share with y'all some things. All right. So I've been going through some personal situations. And, this has been a time this past week where I had to really cry out to God. And it had been very heartbreaking and just going through some warfare, okay? And I'm not going to go into detail because some stuff is personal, family business. But in that time where I was just crying, that's where I was drawing closer to the Lord. And I was really in a place of just being so heartbroken, y'all. And, seeing people on here giving motivational speeches and stuff like that doesn't mean that they don't go through something, right? But during that time where I just cried out to God, and like lately, that's all I've been doing is just spending time with Him and just praying and stuff like that. This morning I got up, did some things, and I prayed. And I began to ask God, I said, Father, just show me and order my steps, because I still have dreams. I still have things that, you promised to me that haven't come to pass yet. And I just began to talk to Him about some things, because there's some things that I enjoy doing. I have hobbies, I have talents, I have gifts and stuff. And lately I just been feeling like I haven't been doing any things that I enjoy doing. And I realized that sometimes in life sometimes we're not happy because we're not doing things that we enjoy. And as I began to pray, and it wasn't a whole lot of things that came into my mind right away that I used to do, but I just began to pray. So anyway, shortly after that, I sat down and I heard like my phone, I got an email, because when you have alerts, you get an alert on your phone, right? And as I looked at my phone, I saw I got an email. And there is a really, really popular acting school here in Orlando. And when I was doing filmmaking a few years ago, there was some actors that I knew that actually took classes at this particular acting school. It's a very popular school here. I've actually never been there, but the acting school that I did go to, it's very popular, but it wasn't that one. But this particular school is very thorough, and they actually specialize in the Meinzer technique. And if you guys are familiar with Sanford Meinzer, then you guys know about acting and acting skills and techniques and how to be real, right? So I've never been to the school, but I heard about it, but I know it's kind of expensive. So I'm thinking, okay, so they were offering a free workshop actually this weekend for about 3 or 4 hours. And the funny part about that is I have a break from Instacart between like 10 and 1 or 10 and 2 or something like that, which actually fits in perfectly with my schedule. And so I was like, wow. And it's so funny how when I tried to pick hours the week before last, I couldn't get the hours that I wanted from Instacart because, they were all gone. But I got a good amount of hours on Saturday, but it was just that one particular block in time that I couldn't get anything like at all. So between like 10 and 1 and 10 and 2, I couldn't get anything. So how about the classes from like 10:30 until like 1:30 or something like that, which worked out perfectly. And so I'm thinking to myself, wow, God, is this you? And so I was like, you know what? This is what I'm talking about. Because, acting is one of the things I've done for years. Like, it's not something that I just started doing. I've been doing it for years. And I would do it for a while and then stop. Do it for a while and stop. And then I would make a film or two here and there and then stop. And then life would happen. And then, or my priorities would change. You see what I'm saying? And so when I saw that email about the free class, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, God, is this it? And so the Lord told me, yeah, do it. And so I'm going to take the free class. And of course, I'm sure that they're going to talk about their, their workshops and their classes, which are kind of pricey. And actually, I think they're probably one of the most expensive in the Central Florida, but they're worth it. And I did post on Facebook, hey, should I go to this school or that one? And someone had commented, you should go to that one, which is the class I'm taking this weekend. So I was like, all right, that's what's up. And so going on to say, just to let you guys know that, let me tell you something, even when you're in the midst of a situation or a storm, or if you're feeling like you're not happy, I'm telling y'all, there's always a ram in the bush. There's going to always be an answer. And one thing I realized is that I was not doing things that was making me happy. And right now the connection is kind of bad, y'all. If the connection is bad, forgive me. I'm in a bad service area. However, I decided, you know what, this is so true. I can't give up on my dreams. Hi, Cherie, how you doing? Thank you. And so let me tell you guys something. I was looking on Instagram, and what I saw was like, certain inspirational posts, and how there are women and men that started later on in life, or they started at a different time where people would think either they're too old or they weren't going to make it. And, don't ever feel like you're too old to start again, or don't ever feel like, you've messed up, or things in your life are so bad to where you can't start over, or, your dreams can't come true, because they can. And I'm telling you guys how God, he opened up a door for me. I'm telling you, and I would have never thought about going back into acting. Now, filmmaking is a totally different ball game. The same, but different. Because when you're making films, you're actually behind the camera. You're behind the scenes, right? Somebody just said, we're all tested and tried in life. Follow your dreams. Thank you, MS. Thank you. Bless you. And so it's like, I was like, wow, because I've been doing the arts for years, since I was little. And so that's one of the things that makes me happy, is performing. Like I like acting, I like drama, I like theater, I like film, like I like stuff like that. And so I never thought about getting back into it. But then when I got that email, I was like, wow, God did give me an answer, But that's one thing I want to let y'all know, is that, let me tell you something, don't think that some of these jobs that we're working, and I'm not just talking about these app-based jobs, I'm talking about a job. Don't think that, this is going to be your always, you know what I'm saying? And, you may not be able to, be successful or make a whole lot of money right away, but there's going to always be an opportunity for you to start again. You know what I'm saying? And some of you guys may have kids, or maybe you're a single parent, or maybe, you've lost a loved one and you're going through a tough time. Maybe you lost your job. I don't know, whatever the case is. But one thing I do know for sure is that I held on to my faith. I trusted God, and I asked him what it is, like, God, what is it? What am I supposed to be doing? Like, what now? And sometimes it's about timing, y'all. Somebody just said, follow your passion, life is short. Amen. And sometimes it's about timing. Like, I do believe that timing is very important, because in timing, what I have learned in my life, and I'm not ashamed to say this, that timing also equals maturity. I know that, say suppose if like 10 years ago, I became very successful in my acting or film career, I would not have been able to handle that, because I think that I would not have been mature enough to handle it. And I think that sometimes people think that they can handle a whole lot of money, they can handle millions of dollars, they can handle like $1 billion. And I know if I would have had like $1 million or $2 billion or whatever, like 10 years ago or 5 years ago, I would have just blew it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that when we begin to mature and learn some things and grow, and grow from it and grow through it, then we're able to handle the success, And so I just know that there are so many people out there, that have not accomplished their goals. They have not accomplished their dreams, because one thing, out of fear. And also there's some things that people decide to put on the back burner for the sake of their kids, for the sake of their family. Some people have health issues. It could be a financial issue. It could be so many things, y'all. And I'm telling you, but, at the time of this recording of this video, like I'm 39, and I wanted to be successful when I was like 25. And when I was 25 years old, at that time, I was married, but, and I had a baby. I have a son, he's 15 now. But, at that time, I put my acting career aside. I wasn't really thinking about it, because I was married. I had a husband at the time. I had, like my son at the time, he was about maybe two or three. And so, those things weren't on my mind. And, I stopped going to college. Like, I stopped doing a lot of stuff. And so, but I realized that some things in life that is your passion, it's going to stay with you. And you're going to find yourself, if you're not fulfilling your purpose or your dreams or your destiny, you're going to find yourself either unhappy or you can't stop thinking about it. And I realized the arts is in me. That's all that I know. Like, that is just, there's a lot of people that have that gift in the arts. And I know for me, like, that is a gift that God blessed me with. Like, I'm gifted in acting and, drama. I can do like painting, like I'm an artist. I mean, just the arts in general. And I found myself just researching things about art, different art, events. And there's an art event that happened here last month, and I didn't go to it because I just wasn't feeling it. I wanted to go, and I was preparing it, but I didn't have any artwork. And I was thinking all this time, I could have been painting, and I could have submitted my artwork. And like the lady, she really wanted me to come. It was a very popular art event here in Orlando, downtown. And I didn't go because, for one thing, I didn't paint nothing. I haven't painted in I don't know how long. And so it's like stuff like that. It's like we can miss opportunities because we haven't prepared. You know what I'm saying? And maybe some of you guys out there like to write. Maybe you're an art, maybe you're a writer or a poet. Well, what if a big event comes up, or maybe what if someone invites you to an event or to speak or to read your poetry or your readings, but you don't have nothing written? You see what I'm saying? I mean, you have to prepare. Like, I really do feel that in my spirit. Like, this is the season to prepare. Like, don't like miss opportunity. I'm telling y'all, I mean, I have missed opportunities recently. Like, I have gotten letters in the mail from distributors, like film distributors, because I didn't submit nothing. And so it's like I wasted a lot of time, and not only that, but because I've gone through some things, and I put other things and people ahead of my dreams. I put other things that I thought were important because I felt like that's what I needed. And so when I put other people's needs ahead of mine, then I started to suffer. And now that I'm getting older, I'm starting to realize that life is such a vapor. It's only just for a moment, and it's so fleeting. And you don't know how long you're going to be here on this earth. And I don't want to like die and like be like, oh, I missed all these opportunities. You see what I'm saying? And of course, there are going to be times where you will go through stuff, and sometimes you will have to fight for it, But don't ever, please don't give up on your dreams, y'all. I mean, I know some of the stuff with this Uber mess and stuff going on Instacart and Lyft, and there's so much drama going on. And I think it's great making quick money, but this is not going to be my forever. And I think it's awesome that we're able to work a flexible schedule. But like I said, this will not be my forever, but it works out for now. But, I just don't want you guys to feel like either you're too old or too young, or you may have like maybe a disability or something to where you can't do something that you feel like you really want to do. And maybe you started to do something and then you stopped and you just said, you know what, I can't do it, or stuff kept coming up. Trust me, that's what happened to me. Like, I was started and then stuff just kept happening. Like, I don't know, like I kept losing stuff in my life, or, cars breaking down. I ended up like, losing like apartments. It was just one thing after another, or I would end up in a hospital for something. I mean, stuff just kept happening. And I felt like, okay, well, maybe this is it for me. Maybe this is not meant for me to have this. And I'm going to tell y'all this, what God has for you is for you. And when it's that time for you to shine, you better bet you're going to shine. Whether you are in the arts or whether you're in the medical field, whatever it is that y'all are called to do, I'm telling y'all, start to prepare it now. I don't know what it is that y'all enjoy doing or what you call to do. I don't care if y'all in the ministry. Maybe some of you guys, I don't know, like to bake. Somebody in here might like to cook. Maybe you want to start your own bakery or start your own restaurant, or maybe like a food truck or something. Start to prepare. At least make your business plan. Start writing things down, because when you start to prepare, when the opportunity comes, you want to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. And maybe some things that you want to do cost money. I totally get it. And doing these types of app-based jobs is wonderful because it's quick money. But some things do cost in order to be able to produce. I totally get it. But don't let lack of finances stop you from pursuing your goals and pursuing your dreams, because there are some ways that you're able to get around stuff, and there are also ways that you're able to make things happen by connections. Also, it's important to connect with people with like minds. Try to connect with people that do the same thing that you do, or maybe do stuff that you're interested in doing. And also make sure that you're doing something that you know is going to be productive in the long run, not something that's like a quick fad. Because think about it, anything in technology or anything that's, or like even fashion. Cherie said cooking is my passion. I know I heard from the Lord. I just heard like food, like somebody cooking or something. There's a lot of fads out there. And one thing about a fad is that it comes and goes. But one thing I do know, for instance, like Uber, like this ride sharing stuff, I think it's going to be around for a long time, even though they're trying to do like this autonomous car thing. It's something that people need. And I think that if you're going to produce something that people enjoy, and that is going to either bring entertainment or some type of happiness or delight, like whatever it is, that I believe that that's something that's going to be productive. Anything that's going to help people is going to be productive. Like, for instance, there are people who are into finance, people who are people that are able to help somebody with their credit. There are folks out there that help people with investing, like investors, financial advisors, things like that. Anything that's going to help somebody, you're able to be productive in it. And also, one thing before I get off of here, y'all, is be unique, be different. Like, I know that there are a lot of people who probably would do the same thing as you, or maybe are able to create the same type of thing, but it's not going to be it's not going to be the same, because there's only one you. And this is the reason why I don't do like those MLM schemes. I'm not saying it's bad, but like, like that it works and those raps and stuff. Some people make good money from it. I'm not knocking it, but I've done the whole coffee thing, and I've done that before, but it didn't work for me because everybody's selling the same exact thing. And my thing is we don't own it. We're making somebody else rich. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just the way I view it. Some people like those MLM things, it works for some people. It probably pays somebody's bills, and there's nothing wrong with it. But when you really look at it, somebody owns that company. So you might be your own boss and be able to set your own hours, but you're not the entrepreneur of that company. You're not the CEO. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to knock anybody that does it. I'm just saying that, at least for me, I want to make sure that like when I do my own thing, I own it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I set my own rules, kind of like even how we do these app-based gigs like Instacart and Uber and Grubhub and stuff. Yes, we're independent contractors, but I can't say we're our own boss because somebody still owns the company. We're still working for them. We're just using their platform to make money. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know why I'm going here, but just make sure that what you're doing is going to be productive, like I said, in the long run. Some things are fads, and they only last for a moment. And after a while, once it dies down, once people are actually used to it, and once they have so many people doing the same thing, then there's no longer an interest. Do something unique. Do something different. Maybe you're interested in starting your own healthcare company, maybe selling vitamins or doing nutrition or sports nutrition or maybe exercise or fitness or something, whatever. Be different. Yes, there are a lot of personal trainers out there. Yes, there are a lot of people who do health and fitness, but they're not all the same. Everybody's different. And maybe some people might like you because they may be able to adapt to your personality. It doesn't matter if somebody's doing the same exact thing, but it may be something about you that's different, that somebody may be drawn to. You feel what I'm saying? So anything that you are chosen to do, be different. Look at all the actors and actresses out there. They all act, but they're not the same. And there are some actors who are more popular than others, but people are drawn to what they like. And so whatever it is that you are called to do, whatever type of business or goal or like whatever it is that you're called to do, that's going to be you. There are like millions of authors out there, millions of people who write and do poetry and do spoken word. But they're all different. They're not the same. It's the same genre, but it's not the same. No one's going to produce the same play. No one's going to produce the same poem. It's different. So whatever it is about you that's different, whatever it is that makes you unique, that's the type of audience that's going to be drawn to you. So don't feel bad if you see other people are, oh wow, they're so successful at doing this and this and this. Well, that's great. And for me, I like for right now, at the time of this video, I do, of course, Instacart, I do Uber, I do Lyft, I do some of these different platforms, but I may not make as much money as others, or some people, or maybe I do, I don't know, but I'm different from everybody else. And even like my YouTube channel, this channel is different. It's not like everybody else's, and it wasn't created to be like everybody else. You see what I'm saying? So I do what I feel is best for me, and I do what I am led to do for others. You see what I'm saying? And so one thing I do know, before I get off of here again, is that I think that it becomes a discouragement with so many people is when they feel like they have to do what somebody else is doing. And because like they see like, wow, I'm not saying not to be inspired, but what I'm saying is like feeling like if you don't become as successful as them, you're not going to be successful. You feel what I mean? Like I said earlier, I'm into the arts. I like theater, I like film, I like acting and stuff, and I like making films, but my style may not be everybody else's style. You feel what I'm saying? And some people like horror movies. I don't do horror movies at all. I don't even watch them. And so but that's what appeals to some people. Some people like drama, and even like for instance, like if I were to do like a film or a stage play and drama, it may appeal to some people, but it may not appeal to other people. Like for instance, like some people might like Christian plays, and some people won't. And then again, like some people like comedy, some people don't. And everybody's comedy isn't the same. You see what I'm saying? You can still have something in the same genre or the same theme, but it may be different. So please, I don't know who I'm speaking to, please don't think that what you see other people do is meant for you. And some things you might only be doing for a season. Don't be discouraged by that. Don't be discouraged when you are doing something for a season, and all of a sudden you're not interested in it anymore. Some things, you know, we do for a while, and you're like, you know what, I don't like this. That's the reason why some people go back to school. You know, they're like, you know what, I wanted to be a doctor, but now that I see, you know, I don't want to be a doctor. So you know, now I decide, you know, maybe I want to get into law, or maybe I want to get into life coaching or something. You know, there's nothing wrong with changing your mind. It's okay. You know, just make sure that you know what's in it for you, what's in it for your family. You know, how is it going to impact you in the long run? You feel what I'm saying? And also do something that's going to make you happy. And before I get off of here, the last thing I want to say, I just feel led to say this. I understand culture. Some people in different cultures, they have like, I know some people in certain, not all, but some cultures where they make their kids go to school for something. And it's good to be in a career that you know you're going to make money. Like, for instance, like technology, engineering, what is it called? Like programming, you know, healthcare, like a doctor or a nurse, or a surgeon, a lawyer. Like certain careers, it's gonna make you some money. However, don't feel bad if you feel like your family is gonna come down on you if you do something different other than what they want. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you want to do a career that's gonna make you happy, but not make you that much money. And of course, you know, you got some cultures where they want you to do that stuff so you can make money. Do what you want to do. Do what's best for you. And if you feel like your family's going to cut you off and I'm not talking to you or whatever, pray for them and keep it moving. It's your life. Do what makes you happy. And of course, what I do is I pray about it. And one thing I do know is, like, nobody can own you. Nobody can tell you what to do, because at the end of the day, you have to live with you. You have to live with your own consequences. You have to live with your own choices. And sometimes people try to make choices for you, but you ain't happy. So my thing is, do what makes you happy. Do what God tells you to do, and you'll be straight. Peace.